What if I told you that for less than the price of a decent used car, you could own a spacious stone house in France with a spiral staircase in a tower, exposed beams, and a vaulted cellar? Sounds like something out of a fairy tale, right? But here's the reality: it's not. Today, I'm taking you through 5 incredible properties across France, and we're going from the most expensive down to prices that'll make you wonder why everyone isn't already living in the French countryside. Before we dive in, let me be completely upfront with you: we are not a real estate agency. We don't earn a single cent from any of these listings. Zero commission, no affiliate deals, nothing. We're simply here to show you what's actually available in the French property market right now. Any decision you make is entirely your own responsibility. We're just sharing what we've discovered through extensive research. And honestly, finding these gems takes hours of work. We go through hundreds of listings every single week just to bring you the absolute best opportunities. We don't make money from this. Our only request is that if you find this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's all we ask. Now, stay with me through the entire video, because by the time we reach houses 4 and 5, you're going to see prices that honestly seem impossible for properties in Western Europe. Trust me, it's worth watching until the end. Let's jump in. We're starting in Laurière, a village on the edge of Haute-Vienne, and this property has one of those locations that just makes sense for practical living. You're on the edge of the village, walking distance to everything, and just 5 minutes from the train station at Saint-Sulpice-Laurière. That train station? It gives you regular direct trains to Limoges, and from there, straight through to Paris. So you get countryside peace with genuine connectivity. This is a 2-bedroom home with 93 square meters of habitable space sitting on 462 square meters of land. It's a 3-story property with a layout that's already interesting, but with some reconfiguration, it could become something really special. Let me walk you through it. On the ground floor, there's a room currently used for storage that could easily be converted into a bedroom. On this same level, there's a shower room and a separate toilet, plus access to the cellar. Head up to the 2nd floor, and you'll find a lounge that's large enough for a dining table, with a wood-burning stove. Right next to it, there's a kitchen, and then a bedroom with double-aspect windows and an en-suite shower room. There's also a separate toilet on this floor. Climb up to the 3rd floor, and there's a large space with Velux windows currently used as an office and storage. But here's where the potential comes in: you could convert this into additional bedrooms, a master suite, a studio, whatever you need. Outside, there's an attached garage, a wood store, a garden shed, and a large parking area with enough space for several cars or even caravans. The garden is terraced and pretty, with a courtyard. And here's a nice touch: the back of the house isn't overlooked, so you get complete privacy while you're having your morning coffee or evening glass of wine. The house is connected to mains drainage, and heating comes from electric heaters plus that wood-burning stove, which keeps costs down. The village of Laurier is less than a 5-minute walk away, and it's got everything you need: bakery, mini supermarket, hairdresser, and a bar restaurant. For €75,000, you're getting a 2-bedroom home with expansion potential, a large garden, parking for multiple vehicles, and train access to Paris. Would you consider this for a lock-up-and-leave holiday home, or even a permanent base? Now we're heading to Bourganeuf, a historic medieval town that's genuinely charming and full of amenities. You're just 1 hour's drive from Limoges Airport, so international travel is totally manageable, but you're living in the heart of a town with character and history. This is a large stone townhouse with 170 square meters of habitable space, and here's what makes it unique: it includes a 1-bedroom annex and a garage. So you're essentially getting 2 living spaces in one property. The house sits on 177 square meters of land in a quiet street in the heart of town. Walk through the front door, and on the ground floor you'll find an entrance hallway, a kitchen dining room, and a bright living room with 2 large windows that flood the space with light. There's also a toilet on this level, plus a room with a separate entrance. Now, here's where it gets interesting. At the end of the corridor, there are a few concrete steps leading to the rear of the house, which could function as an independent unit. Back here, there's a shower room with a toilet and a large room, 25 square meters, plus the garage. Imagine setting this up as a rental, a guest suite, or even a space for extended family. Head upstairs via the large wooden staircase, and you'll find a landing with beautiful original parquet flooring. Off the landing, there are 4 bedrooms, one with double-aspect windows, and a bathroom with a toilet. But wait, the staircase keeps going. Up on the top level, there's a huge convertible attic. We're talking serious space that could become additional bedrooms, a master suite, a studio, whatever you envision. Down in the cellar, there are several storage rooms where the boiler and oil tank are located. Plenty of space for wine storage, tools, or whatever you need to tuck away. The house needs updating, no question, but it's fully habitable right now. It has double glazing and is connected to mains drainage. The location in town means you could easily run this as a bed and breakfast or Airbnb. There's huge potential here. For €71,500, you're getting a 5-bedroom stone townhouse with an annex, a garage, a convertible attic, and cellars in a medieval town 1 hour from an international airport. Does that sound like an opportunity worth exploring? Let's talk about Pionsat, because this property is genuinely something special. This is a beautiful detached corner house located just meters from all amenities, sitting right next to the village church and chateau. The location alone is remarkable. This house has 283 square meters of habitable space on 408 square meters of land. It's a 7-bedroom property with 3 bathrooms, and it comes with a pleasant private walled garden and a garage. Now, the current configuration is fascinating. On the ground floor, there's a commercial space divided into 8 rooms, including a bathroom, a kitchen area, a room with a toilet, and a room with a washbasin. It's heated by oil central heating, and honestly, this entire ground floor could function as an apartment all on one level if you wanted. There's a separate entrance to the side, passing through an elegant garden, that leads to the first and second floor living area. Walk through this entrance, and you'll find a magnificent large stone spiral staircase. Not a modern recreation, this is the real deal, original stonework that stood here for generations. The staircase leads to both upper floors and down to the cellar. It's currently fitted with a stair lift, which can be easily removed if you don't need it. On the first floor, there's a hallway leading to a kitchen, a dining room, a living room, 3 bedrooms, and a bathroom. There's also a toilet on the landing. Head up to the second floor, and you'll find 4 more bedrooms, a shower room with a toilet, and an attic area. That's another toilet on this landing too. Using that same spiral stone staircase, you can access a cellar the size of the entire house. There's a dividing wall with an opening between each side, housing the heating boiler and oil tank, plus access to the garden from the side of the house. The property sits on over 400 square meters of land with beautiful views of the village architecture. The church, chateau, and village square are all right there. There's also a garage to keep your car under cover and a small outbuilding accessed through double gates to the side, plus a well that you can use to water your future vegetable garden. Now, full transparency, the house has single wooden glazing and needs updating throughout. The energy rating is G, which means high energy consumption. You'll need to factor in modernization costs. But the potential here is enormous. This could be a large family home, a bed and breakfast, rental apartments, or a combination of all 3. For €70,000, you're getting a 7-bedroom detached house with a stone spiral staircase, a vaulted cellar, a walled garden, and a garage in a village with a chateau. Can you imagine the possibilities? But hold on, because the next 2 houses drop to prices that'll make you rethink everything. Stay with me. We're in a friendly village surrounded by rolling hills, adjacent to a 12th century church with a painted interior. This property is exclusive to Beau's villages, and it's just a short drive from the popular towns of Boussac and Guzan. This is a spacious home with 172 square meters of habitable space and 4 bedrooms with 2 bathrooms. What makes it unique is that it's originally 2 houses combined into one, which gives you all sorts of interesting layout options. Walk in, and you enter into a large, comfortable sitting room with a wood-burning stove. Continue through, and there's a generously sized country-style kitchen with its own entrance, plus a large downstairs bathroom. Up the staircase in this half of the house, you'll find 2 interconnecting double bedrooms. Now on the ground floor, there's a study that leads via a second staircase to the other part of the house. Up there, you'll find 2 more interconnecting double bedrooms, one with a dressing room and a large shower room. Down below, there are 2 cellars completing the property. The house has characterful beams, feature fireplaces in the kitchen and bedrooms, and double glazing throughout. It's comfortable and convenient all year round, and the fact that it's 2 houses merged together means you could even reconfigure it back into 2 separate units if you wanted rental income or space for extended family. The village setting is peaceful, the 12th century church is right next door, and you're close enough to Boussac and Guzan for all your shopping and services. For €69,800, you're getting a 4-bedroom home with 2 bathrooms, 2 cellars, and character features throughout. This is move-in ready with huge potential. Remember, we spend hours every week finding these opportunities just for you. We don't make any money from this. If you're finding this valuable, all we ask is a like and subscribe. That's how you help us keep going. And now, the final house. For 66,000 euros, you can own a piece of French history in the popular town of Boussac. This is a charming historical house with 156 square meters of habitable space, and it's unlike anything else we've seen today. The property showcases 5 inviting rooms, including 1 spacious bedroom, but here's what makes it special. There's a stone tower housing a spiral staircase. Not just any staircase, an original stone spiral staircase inside an actual tower. How often do you get that? The house also includes a large vaulted cellar, which in France usually means centuries-old stonework and the perfect place to store wine or create a unique entertaining space. Inside, the characterful living spaces feature exposed beams, original doors and cupboards, and vintage Tamet flooring. These aren't recreations. This is the real thing, preserved over decades or even centuries. Large windows allow natural light to flood the interior, highlighting all those rustic details and creating a warm, inviting atmosphere throughout. On the ground floor, there's a corner kitchen and living space that could be further extended by incorporating the garage, subject to permission. So if you need more room, the potential is there. Up top, there's a spacious attic that could be converted into additional living space, also subject to permission. And there are 2 independent entrances, which adds even more flexibility to how you use the property. Now, this is a renovation project. It needs updating and modernization throughout. But the bones are incredible: stone tower, spiral staircase, vaulted cellar, exposed beams, original details. You're not just buying a house, you're buying a piece of history that you can shape into something uniquely yours. The property is located in the heart of Boussac, which is a vibrant community with shops, restaurants, and all the amenities you'd need. You're not isolated here, you're part of a living, breathing town. For 66,000 euros, you're getting 156 square meters of historic property with a stone tower, spiral staircase, vaulted cellar, and the kind of character that most people only see in magazines. Yes, it needs work. But is it an opportunity? Absolutely. So there you have it, 5 properties in France, starting at 75,000 euros and dropping all the way down to 66,000 euros for a historical house with a stone tower and spiral staircase. These aren't fantasy listings. They're real homes, available right now, each with their own unique character and potential. Just a quick reminder, we're not a real estate agency, and we have no financial interest in any of these properties. Always do your own thorough research and seek professional advice before making any purchasing decisions. We're just here to show you what's genuinely possible in today's market. We go through hundreds of listings every week so you don't have to. If you appreciate the effort, the best way to support us is by hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. That's all we need. And if you want to keep discovering incredible deals like these, properties that most people never even hear about, make sure you're subscribed, because we're constantly searching for the next opportunity. So which house surprised you the most today? Was it the 7-bedroom detached house in Piensat for 70,000 euros, or that historical house with the stone tower in Boussac for 66,000 euros? Let me know in the comments. I genuinely want to hear what caught your attention. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.